welcome you to the Republic of Ghana, and precisely the campuses of the University of Professional Studies, UPSA Accra, for that matter. We are exceedingly excited to have you amongst us, and I know that as the days progress, we are going to have a lot of time together. This competition is going to span a period of 4 days. So we are beginning the official launch today. Tomorrow, there are going to be contests. Tomorrow next, there are going to be contests. And for 4 days, there are going to be contests. Departure will be on the 12th. And so for the coming days, you are stuck with us here at the UPSA and the Republic of Ghana. We hope that you enjoy your stay. We are ready and prepared to offer the Ghanaian hospitality, which I'm sure most of you have heard about. That's our trademark. If you have any concerns, if you need any support, let us know. There's a whole team of people who are supporting to make this possible. And so you are welcome, all of you, once again. And our students who are poised for action, I also like to welcome you on behalf of our university. So we will, having introduced the reason why we are here today, I'd like to begin straight away by welcoming a representative of the UPSA to give us a welcome remarks. Very well. So let's put our hands together for Dr. Francisca Kusiapia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kusiga. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols observed. On behalf of the Dean of the UPSA Law School, Professor Ernest Kofi Abochi, I welcome all of you to Ghana, those visiting for the very first time, Akwa, and specifically to the University of Professional Studies. Unfortunately, he cannot be here because he had to go outside the jurisdiction on an emergency. That is quite unfortunate. I'm saying unfortunately because some of us, the faculty, he kept talking about this moot over and over again. And unfortunately, you couldn't witness this historic moment. But it's fortunate for me because I get to stand here and have the singular honor of welcoming all of you to the University of Professional Studies. Now, this is a very historic moment for us. This being the very first in West Africa, and indeed, the first in Ghana. It's not surprising that it's taking place here in Ghana, considering the fact that we house the AFTA Secretariats, and that Ghana also happens to be the hub of a lot of economic activities. Although the WTO or the John H. Howard competition, Moot Court Competition, which is often organized by the European Law Students Association and collaborated by the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, it's been taking place for the past 20 years. But today it's happening live in Caledonia in West Africa, thanks to the collaboration, which I'm informed was through my supervisor. You'll be shocked, yes. He was my lecturer, my supervisor for my PhD, Professor Melako Testa, and he's right here. So thank you very much for ensuring that it's happening right here in UPSA. And as you would come to realize, the University of Professional Studies, we stand tall among the lot. In fact, our infrastructure speaks for itself. Yes. And even on social media, wherever you go, we stand tall. So I'm excited to have all of you here. And I wish all of you, especially the teams, I can imagine the kind of preparation you've put in and traveling so many hours. I know you are tired. Warmly welcome. I wish you the very best. May the best team win. But I must say, I have affiliation to UPSA, so may UPSA then win. Thank you very much, and welcome. Akaba.
We have a number of teams here from across Africa, but it is our wish that the UPSA team would emerge the winners to represent the continent at the main event in The Hague. So we keep praying for our team. We are cheering you all up, but you know. Anyway, so we'll move on to the next item on the official launch, and I will try and be brief as much as possible so that you can go back and take your rest in your various hotels. I'm now going to invite the representative of the European Law Students Association to give us a statement. They are very pivotal when it comes to this event, and so let's put our hands together for the representative.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Welcome all. My name is Linnea Gnell, and I'm the Vice President in charge of competitions and in charge of the Johnny Jackson Moot Court Competition from the European Law Students Association. It is my honor to stand here today in Ghana and in the UPSA Law School, and for us to start the 10th African regional round of the Johnny Jackson Moot Court, and for it to be the first round back in person since before the COVID pandemic. So I will keep it short because I also realize that people are tired and you want to go back and prepare, and we have other issues on the agenda. But from ELSA, I would like to thank you for registering, for submitting your written submissions, for preparing, for taking the travels here and doing everything that you can to ensure that you get to represent your university in this competition. I hope that in the next coming days that you are a bit nervous, that you have a good time, that you plead your case, and that at the end of the day, you're proud of your accomplishments, that you go back home and no matter the outcome, feel proud that you did this, you prepared, you did all you could, and hopefully it will carry you to Geneva as well. To all of the panelists in the room who are going to help us out in the next couple of days, thank you. Thank you for dedicating your time, your knowledge, and your expertise to help the students and lead them with their arguments, perhaps with some hard questions sometimes from the panel, but it also is always in the spirit of helping you and guiding you and making sure that you come out of this knowing more about WTO law than you did perhaps from the beginning. This year's case is very topical, it is very important, and I hope that you don't only learn about WTO law, but also realize the impact that WTO law and trade law has on multiple parts of society, and that you go away from here perhaps with more of an interest in pursuing your legal career within this field. That will be all from me. We will move on to other parts of the agenda, and I look forward to seeing you plead tomorrow and the coming days. Best of luck to all the teams.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was very brief. Before we move on to the next item, which is going to be a message from the sponsors, let me invite from the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, UNECA, who have been very instrumental when it comes to this competition. I have the coordinator of the African Trade Policy Center, Regional Integration and Trade Division, in the person of Melaku Goboyi Desta. If you are here, please let's have you deliver. I hope I got the name right. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I was not prepared to make a statement. I didn't know I was going to do that. And then Gertrude just came in and said, please get up and say something. And I'm happy to say something. The first thing to say is I'm delighted that UPSA, in collaboration with ELSA, the Secretariat, the Deputy Secretariat, have made this possible. I still remember the day this issue came up, this idea, the regional chapter, where are we going to have it, when etc. came up, I said, look, Accra happens to be the place where the AFCFTA Secretariat is sitting. In an ideal world, we would like to have exactly a similar kind of moot court competition on AFCFTA law. Why? Because the AFCFTA also has a dispute settlement protocol that's modeled exactly after the WTO dispute settlement understanding. And if Africa is going to have the right type of lawyers and negotiators for the future, there is no better way to start than through this kind of moot exercise. This is a belief that we had at the UN for a long time. At the UN Economic Commission for Africa, where I work, we have what we call the Africa Trade Policy Center, which you can see here. And we have supported the moot for, I don't know how long. I think we have supported it for a long time. Am I correct? Yes. I have got some witnesses here to say yes. So, and then we have been doing this not out of charity or anything. It comes out of a firm belief in the power of education, in the power of training. Wherever we go, we want to see our own lawyers, our own negotiators speaking for Africa, not reading the scripts prepared by others for us. And that's precisely the reason that we all are here. So Gertrude and UPSA Law School, thank you for making this happen. I'm very proud to stand here on behalf of the UNECA and the ATPC. And we have been supporting this program for a long time. We will be there to support the program going forward. And I'm hoping that Elsa will be able to share your experience, your skills, and support us in developing a continental moot court exercise as well based on the FCFTA law. Very often people come and ask me, why are you supporting WTO moot court competitions? And I say, look, I'm working on the FCFTA. And the FCFTA, if you look at it, the very vocabulary of free trade agreements comes from the WTO. Those who are trained in WTO law are the best people who can talk about AFCFTA law or the law of any regional economic arrangement anywhere in the world. For that very reason, I'm very happy that we are part of this. I'm very proud we are part of this. And let me say, I know not all of you will win, but I wish you all the best to all the teams who are here. We are very proud of you already. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Desta, for that. We are encouraged by your statement. Now, I should also tell you that we'll be having a statement or a presentation from the WTO, but we will do that as the program, progresses. For now, I have to go back to the introduction of the teams. At least we have to call the teams by their numbers, and then they would come before, us here and say a few things to us, their expectations and things about the competition. And so we want to introduce them to all of you. So I'm going to call them not by their universities, but by their numbers. And they're going to come here, mention their names, and then tell us something about themselves and what we should expect from them. Okay, so let me pull out the teams. All right. So I have team 2.
Okay, we are team 2. And I'll start with my friend. His name is Mr. Chetty Sabosh. And we've got Mr. Kraus, Franciscus, and we've got young lady, Amanda Mkodo. And I am Tapio Mazima. Our expectations, firstly, would like to thank ELSA and the WTO for this opportunity, as well as UPSA for hosting us. And our expectation is that we go to Geneva at the very least, and we do the continent of Africa proud by winning the competition.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can we have team 18? Team 18, are you here? Let's see you. Let's put our hands together for them. Put our hands together for them. So you introduce yourselves and go through the same meal as your friends went through. Yes.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is John Kawanda, and I am the team captain for Team 18. Here with me is, I think they should introduce themselves.
Alright, good evening. My name is Ignatius Okabo.
Good evening, my name is Azzy Joy Joy.
My name is Goodnight Goli.
And we are Team 18. We are completely grateful to be here. We look forward to an enriching moment, and just to, reiterate what the Secretary of the UNECA said. I think we would love to participate in this Moot Court competition, but apart from participating in it, we will also very much importantly love to see what is basically done on the AFCFTA DFC. So hopefully if we win this, and then we can get to Geneva, probably back home we can organize a regional round for one that has to do with the AFCFTA. So we completely look forward to networking with colleagues from all over the continent. I look forward to an experience in hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Team 18. Now, can I have Team 34? Team 34. Yes, Team 34. Let's put our hands together for them. Team 34, you're welcome. Yes, so the team lead will do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. First, I'd like to present my teammates. So we have Ms. Nada Jabri, Ms. Doha Amir, and Ms. Abid Khalif, and me, Sinda Somai. I'd like to thank everyone here, and especially the organization of the WTO Moot Court Competition for this amazing opportunity that will absolutely have great effects on our career and the future as African lawyers, hopefully in the future, and as law students for now. And we hope for the best, and of course we wish to make it to the finals. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. That's for Team 34. Well, I can imagine what they are going through at this point. You know, when you go for competitions and you see the other team members, the way you begin to feel. I don't know whether you are feeling that way, but it's okay. Now let's have Team 47. Team 47. Team 47. Let's put our hands together for them. Team 47. 47. You're welcome. Yes, so.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rehema Namuli Balige, and these are my teammates. This is Delight, Atoha Aida, and that is the senior Nobisa Mary. We are Team 47, and we are very grateful for the hospitality. We've been received beautifully. We must say Ghana is a very beautiful country.
Thank you.
And it is our hope to make it to Geneva and represent Africa out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. Team 47. We move on to Team 100. Team 100, if you are here, let's see you. Yes, let's put our hands together for them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Valeria Victor Chukube, and with me,
I'm Fidel Anekoya Helen Onyinyechi.
Good evening, I'm Barry Child Kenichu.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Maureen Chidima Precious.
so we are Team 100, and we are very delighted and happy to be here for this competition. It's something that we know that is going to benefit us as law students and as lawyers in the future, and we hope to network with participants, not just the participants but also the panelists during the competition. And definitely we need to be in Geneva, because if you're in Geneva, we know you're going to bring back the crown for the continent. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Put our hands together for them, Team 62. Team 62. Yes. You're welcome. You can have the microphone.
Good evening. My name is Mobia Sija, and allow me to introduce my team.
I'm Marcia Free. Good evening, my name is Ray.
Good evening, my name is Moko Paul.
Thank you. Over and above our great gratitude for being here and an opportunity to learn, we've come to win. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. May the best team win and represent what Africa. That's very important, and hopefully they would bring it back to the continent. Now let's have Team 69. Team 69, if you are here, can we see you? Please, let's encourage them. These are law students who are pushing themselves to the brink. They are doing very well and they need the encouragement. Thank you. Welcome, team.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kaini Silendaba, and on behalf of Team 69, I will introduce my partners.
Hi everyone, my name is Robin Henning.
Hi everyone, my name is Lovino Fatali.
On behalf of Team 69, we would like to thank the organizers, the sponsors, and the hosts for putting together such an amazing event. We're looking forward to a new area of law that we may not have contact with at school, and we're very much excited to hopefully represent Africa at Geneva. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, can we have Team 79? Team 79, can we see you? So let's put our hands together for them. Let's welcome them. Let's welcome them. Team 79.
Good evening everyone. I'm Pauline Rambo, and alongside me is
Mary Osuka, and we have another teammate, Joseph Baraza, in absentia.
So we all agree, like the journey of preparing for this moot has been intellectually stimulating, and I would only like to thank Elsa for preparing this great opportunity for us. And like everyone else, we're here to win. Let's see each other in Geneva.
That's right. I like that one. Full of confidence. Team 99. You're welcome to Ghana.
Good evening, everyone. Standing on already existing protocol, my name is Ruth Michael Linus, and with me here is my teammate and colleague.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pete Hare.
We as Team 99 would like to thank the World Trade Organization and the European Law School Association for organizing this competition. We would also like to thank the UPSA Law School for hosting this year's African Regional Round. We hope to make it to the final stage and also meet our competitors in Geneva, Switzerland. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we go to the next team. Can we have Team 77? Team 77. Let's put our hands together for them. Let's keep doing this for them until we are done with it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Fidel Kim. I'll let my teammates introduce themselves.
Good evening. My name is Faith Dubai. I'm very happy to be here.
Good evening. My name is Barak Onyango. I'm also happy to be here.
People are saying, let the best team win. I think already all of you are winners because you're representing thousands of students back in Lesotho. So you've already won being here. From our team, our expectation is nothing short of a win. So,
very well. Thank you. Now, so can I have Team 91?
Good evening. We're Team 91. And we're really happy to be here and we're so grateful. And yeah, like just as my fellow competitors have said, WTO law actually is amazing. You guys, like when you're preparing, why don't you like one of the things actually interesting? Like, and also other than that actually, see you in Geneva. Yeah.
You can say your name.
My name is Amelia Rizwan. I'm Glory Carbonian. And I'm Vicky Mediti.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have Team 92. 92 is here. Let's put our hands together for them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Team 92, I am grateful to be the team captain of this year's team. This is my co-counsel.
Good evening. My name is Makarakais Patin.
And I am Khadisha. And on behalf of Team 92, I know you look undermanned and understaffed, but back home they have a saying that says it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Therefore, my expectation is that we will go to Geneva and we will make contact.
Thank you. Thank you. I heard something about a dog, right? Okay. Do I have Team 72 here? Team 72, host team, let's see you. So I think there should be a fair playing ground, please.
Good evening to you all. I'm doing this in Uganda. Good evening, my name is Comfort Cody. Hello, I'm Christopher Jokuma.
Good evening, I am Nyako Emmanuel Kofi.
So it's great to be amongst very good students from all over Africa, and it's our wish and it's our hope that the expectation that we would learn from this competition would also network, have fun, and ultimately get to Geneva. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Team 72, if you do not get this, well, I won't say more. I say. Anyway, so thank you all for coming. We are indeed grateful. At least we now know the members of the teams. And we are done with that, so we'll move on.
I'm aware that the teams have prepared a lot and they've probably read the oral pleading guidelines and the rules of the competition many a times. They've sent questions to clarify specific paragraphs to us in the team. But in order to continue, I would like to do a brief rundown of what the next couple of days will look like, and just for the sake of clarity. So we have 2 days ahead with the preliminary rounds, where each team will plead twice, once on behalf of the complainant and once on behalf of the respondent. Following this, based off of your scores from your written submissions and scores from these preliminary rounds or pleadings, we will have 4 teams qualifying for the semifinals, and from there, the 2 best teams to the finals. So to go over again, your qualifying or not qualifying will be mostly dependent on the scores from the oral pleading, but also the written submission scores will be taken into account. During the oral pleadings, each team has 45 minutes to present their case and 5 minutes for rebuttal. Every oralist can ask for up to 2 minutes, and every extension granted to one team will also be granted to the other team. The panel will most likely ask some questions to the team members during the pleadings. The time does not stop for this, so we invite the panelists to be brief but direct with their questions and not engage in too much of a discussion back and forth. The pleadings themselves will be guided by timekeepers who will help you out to indicate how much time is left, but we also do encourage to have some sort of timekeeping device for yourself or each oralist. We will have the Best Oralist Award, which is based off of any oralist who have pleaded on behalf of both complainant and respondent. So to be eligible for this award, you will need to plead on both sides. Some teams decide to divide their teams, 2 people pleading on behalf of the complainant and 2 people pleading on behalf of the respondent. In this case, the oralists themselves are not eligible for the award. But again, I think that if you have any questions, feel free to approach us, to send us some messages throughout the event or tonight when you maybe prepare, maybe sleep, depends on how much rest you've gotten when you're traveling here. We're always here to help out if there's any questions, and you'll see me around together with Maciek as well, who's here from my team. So feel free to grab a hold of us if necessary. And I think that will be it for now, unless anyone perhaps already has any questions. but feel the pressure maybe to, to ask it in front of everyone. I will take that as a no. Thank you so much, and best of luck to the teams.
Sorry. Thank you very much. Well, thanks for that once again. As the members of the local organizing committee, we have been going back and forth, so pardon me for abandoning posts. It's not the right thing to do. Are we ready to take the presentation from WTO? Are we ready? Okay, so we'd like to invite the WTO representative to do the presentation for us. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for that.
Thank you very much. My name is Anastasia Smirnova, and I'm a dispute settlement lawyer at the Rules Division of the World Trade Organization. I'm very pleased to be here, and on behalf of the WTO, I would like to welcome you all to the African regional round of the competition. I would like you to know that the WTO attaches a lot of importance to this competition. And this is because the competition helps to grow a new generation of trade professionals. You might not know that, but a lot of WTO staff members who currently work for the organization in the past have participated in the competition. Even myself, I participated in 2012-2013 in that edition. And this was a very rewarding experience for me. I must say that this was the time when I fell in love with WTO law, and I realized that I want to work in this area. And today I heard a lot from different teams the words that we would like to win, we are here to compete, and we want to go to Geneva. You know, my team didn't win in 2012-2013. We did go to Geneva, but we didn't win. And nevertheless, that was a really formational experience for me, because I don't think that everything in this competition is about winning. I think the most important part of the competition is that you get to learn, and you get to familiarize yourself with the area of law with which maybe you haven't worked before. You didn't have much experience. And then you also get to meet students from other teams, from other countries. You get to compare yourself, you get to see where you can improve, what you should do better. And also, of course, you learn the technicalities of WTO law, all of that is very interesting. So I would just encourage you to enjoy the competition. Do as well as you can, but also enjoy it, you know, because at the end of the day, it's about participating, it's about improving, it's not all about winning. And another thing that I'd like to say is that the WTO is very pleased to see that from year to year, the participation of African universities in this competition is increasing. And we are very happy about that, because we hope that with the increasing participation of students, it will help to build capacity in the African member states of the WTO. And of course, some of you may choose to pursue a career in trade law afterwards, after the competition. And you may go on to work for the government, for universities. You may end up doing PhDs in this area. You may end up working at university as professors, or even coming to Geneva, and you may end up working for the WTO or for law firms. So we're very happy to see all of you participate here. And today, I would like to give you a short presentation about professional opportunities that are available for you at the WTO and in related organizations. And I encourage you to ask questions at the end of the presentation if you have any. Maybe today you're not yet thinking about finding a job, but in a couple of years, when you graduate, you might ask yourself, what is it that I can do with this experience that I've gained? So first of all, a few words about who we are. Who we are from a personal perspective. The WTO is a multicultural team. Currently, as you may know, there are 164 member states at the WTO, and the Secretariat staff represents 81 members at this point, so roughly half of the membership. And of course, we would like to increase that representation, and that's why you are very important for the WTO. In terms of gender representation, we are doing pretty well. As you may see, currently there are 345 women and 282 men. And the staff members who are working at the WTO are very highly qualified. Most of them have at least a master's degree, and some of them have a PhD degree. Now, how is it possible to get to the WTO? What is the entry point? For a young professional who just graduated or is looking to graduate in the next few years, there are several opportunities that you should be aware of. The first one is internships. Internships are possible at many divisions of the WTO, including the legal divisions. The Rules Division, the Legal Affairs Division, those are the divisions that deal with disputes. Then the second opportunity is relevant for those students who would like to continue to develop in an academic direction and pursue a PhD. The WTO has a doctoral support program under which fellowships are awarded to students who are finalizing their PhD thesis. The third opportunity is the Young Professionals Program. This is a program for those of you who will first start working in trade law outside the WTO. For example, in a law firm or for the government. And after you have acquired 2 years of experience, you may apply to the Young Professionals Program. And then, the last but not least, there are also internships available in the missions to the WTO. This is something that I cannot advise you on in detail because I'm not working for a mission, but a lot of member states to the WTO have diplomatic representation to the WTO. Sometimes those missions are not uniquely to the WTO, but also to the UN in Geneva. And those missions may have internships available. So if you are a national of a WTO member state, you may wish to reach out to the mission of your state in Geneva and ask them what opportunities do they have. Sometimes it may be not even the mission of your state, but of another country. For example, me, when I was starting my career, I did an internship in the Maldives mission to the WTO. Not Moldova, Maldives, the islands. And it was a really interesting experience because it happened at the time of the Bali round of negotiations to conclude the trade facilitation agreement. And so as an intern, as a very fresh trade lawyer, I got to see how the negotiations actually work. This was very interesting, so I encourage you to do that. Now I would like to speak in a little more detail about the internships at the WTO. And if you have notebooks, you may wish to take some notes. In terms of eligibility, sorry, my apologies. In terms of eligibility, can you see what's on the screen? Can you see the emails? If not, I will, I don't know if we can make them larger, but I will ask the organizers to forward to you all this presentation at the end so that you have the emails and the web links. The internships at the WTO are available for nationals of WTO members. So this is a requirement. You have to have a passport of one member state. You have to be at least 21-year-old, but not older than 30. You also normally should hold a master's degree. So I heard that some of you may still be pursuing a bachelor's degree.
So when you're in your master's, when you're doing your master's studies in the final year, you may already start applying. In terms of what the WTO provides, the internships are for the duration of 3 to 6 months, and the WTO provides a stipend of 60 francs per day for interns. In order to apply, you have to go on the WTO website. The link is in the presentation, but also if you would like to apply to the legal divisions that support dispute settlement panels, you may wish to forward your application to the email addresses that are mentioned on the slides, because that way we get those applications directly. If they go through the general system, it takes time to process them, because they go to the different divisions, the HR have to process them, but this way we get them directly and we can see who you are. So for the legal affairs division, you may wish to send your applications to Saskia Schuster, and for the roles internships to Alexi Masso and Hirome Yano. And these two divisions, I don't know if you know a little bit about the structure of the WTO. These are the two divisions that deal with dispute settlement, that provide support to dispute settlement panels. I work for the rules division. The rules division deals with trade remedies. So this is anti-dumping, countervailing measures, safeguards, and also it deals with subsidies. And the other division, the legal affairs division, is a bigger division. It deals with disputes on all other issues. For example, on TRIPS, let's say this year's case would be in the area of competence of the legal affairs division. So this division deals with TRIPS, it deals with TBT, SPS, GATT, customs valuation, services, disputes. In addition to that, the legal affairs division is involved heavily when there is a need to provide legal advice to a Director General or to conclude a new agreement. Let's say that last year the fisheries subsidies agreement was concluded. And so the legal affairs division was helping to shape the technicalities of how that agreement would be integrated into the whole WTO agreement. In addition to that, there are other divisions of the WTO that may assist panels on an ad hoc basis. So when you're applying for an internship, it's not, it's not compulsory for you to work on dispute settlement panels. If you are not that interested in dispute settlement, although I'm sure you are, you may wish to work, for example, for the Trade and Environment Division, or for the Government Procurement and IP Division. Those divisions also, from time to time, get involved in dispute settlement when the issues in their area of expertise come up in a particular dispute. The next opportunity that I already mentioned is the PhD support. And here, the conditions of eligibility are a little bit more stringent because a candidate must pursue a PhD and be in a finalizing stage, at the final stage of drafting a PhD thesis. And the candidate must also be coming from a least developed country or a developing country, which is a member of the WTO. I imagine that most African states would qualify as developing countries, so most probably you are eligible for this. The conditions of the program are pretty similar to the internship program. The WTO provides support of 60 francs per day, and the duration of the fellowship is 3 to 6 months. The difference between the internship program and the PhD support program is that when you are an intern, you are supposed to work on a WTO assignment. So you, for example, if you are in a dispute settlement division, you would actually provide support to a panel, or you would do some research on behalf of the WTO. So you would work for the WTO. When you are a PhD candidate, you would not be working for the WTO. Rather, the WTO will provide you with a mentor who will help you draft your PhD or finalize your PhD, maybe refine your ideas. And yeah, so you're not expected to undertake assignments on behalf of the WTO as a PhD fellow. The next opportunity I would like to speak to you about is the Young Professionals Program. The Young Professionals Program is an opportunity for 1 year without the possibility of extension. And this is similar for the internship program as well, right? So once you have completed your 6 months of an internship, you cannot extend your internship anymore. The WTO will have to hire you if they want you to continue to work. So for the Young Professionals Program, this is relevant when you already have 2 years of professional experience. The conditions of eligibility are as follows. You have to be not older than 32 years of age at the beginning of the program. So you have to apply a little bit in advance, because otherwise you might be too late to apply. In addition to that, you have to be fluent in English. Working in French and Spanish is an asset. And you have to have an advanced university degree in law, economics, or another trade-related area. And this is also something that I mentioned for the internship. So a master's degree is essential for applying to these programs. In terms of remuneration, here the WTO provides more remuneration. It's a monthly salary of $3,500. And as I already said, it's for 1 year, so it's longer than an internship. You get more immersion in WTO work. And then at the end of these programs, of course, there is, the HR will always tell you there is no expectation that you will be hired by the WTO. But from my personal experience, I can tell you, this is an entry door to the WTO, because you get to know people, people get to know you, you prove to them that you can produce valuable work, that you're a good professional. People know you after that. So it's a very, very valuable experience. And one more point that I should mention is that for this program, preference is given to those, to the nationals of those states that are underrepresented at the WTO. As I said before, currently the WTO has professional staff from about 81 members. So those members that are not represented, if candidates are applying under this program, they will be particularly appreciated. And when the WTO announces the start of the application process for this program, every year, the WTO publishes a list of those member states that are not sufficiently represented. So watch out for that, watch out for that. And then finally, as I mentioned before, another opportunity is working for a mission. There, the conditions will vary from one mission to another, and that's where you have to take the initiative yourself and just look at the website of a mission, maybe write an email to the diplomats who work at the mission and just ask what is available. Very often you will find opportunities that may be not even advertised. And for example, me, I'm a Russian national, and yet I was able to do an internship in the Maldives mission. So you're not always constrained by your nationality. Really ask, write to people. Don't limit yourselves in your opportunities. And as you progress in your career, you may also wish to check the WTO website for other job vacancies, regular job vacancies. Those ones probably are not as relevant for you now because they require some professional experience. Normally, it's about 3 years and more. And just to say some final words, I hope that you will progress in your interest to WTO and to WTO law. And I wish you the best of luck for tomorrow and for this round. And I hope to see you in Geneva. If you have any questions, please do ask me now, and don't hesitate to come and talk to me during the competition. I'm really interested in meeting you, and I'm pleased to be here. So please come and chat with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anastasia, for that elaborate presentation. I'm listening to Anastasia. There's one conclusion I've come to, that there is more to this competition than going to Geneva. I think there are prospects for internships and even job. And so it all depends on you. I mean, some people, because of their age, are not qualified to enter some of the internships. So like I'm disqualified anyway. Anyway, so thanks so much. We'll just take our last item and then we'll call it an evening. We'll now do the team's balloting, and yes, we'll do that. But before, let me just make some quick announcements. Okay, there's some housekeeping announcements. So those of you who like to use the washrooms, you can go outside and ask any of the ushers. They are readily available. I'm wondering why I'm now making this announcement. And then each morning there will be buses to convey you from the hotel to this place where the rounds are going to take place. The buses will be there by 8 a.m. For most of the hotels in which you are being housed, you have breakfast from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So you'd have to be quick with the breakfast. And if you need any assistance at all while you're here, make sure that you reach out to members of the organizing committee, and we are prepared to help you. By the end of today's event, there is going to be some light refreshment outside and something to eat also. So just take note of that. And normally they say matches on the stomach. It's very important. Yeah, so we are now going to do the balloting rounds, and I would like to invite a colleague to come and do this for us. Let's put our hands together. I don't know how. Thank you.
We retired from CME after this round. We will see you in Geneva.
I'm sorry, can I just move this off? Yes, thanks.
Some formalities before we do the actual draw to explain kind of what will be happening. So we have 15 teams that are competing in this round, and due to the fact that we have an uneven amount of teams, one team will have to plead both on behalf of complainant and respondent on the first day. So tomorrow there will be one team that will be pleading both in the morning and in the afternoon, and of course this will be taken into account by the panel to know that you've had less time to prepare for your second pleading. But we do apologize for this inconvenience for the team that will have to do this, but unfortunately this is the way we have to do it due to the fact that we have 15 teams. So as I mentioned during the rundown of the procedures for the pleadings, each team will be pleading on behalf of the complainants and on behalf of the respondents during the 2 first days. On the first day, which we will be doing the actual drawing procedure now, we will run the teams one by one. So I will be mentioning first the team that will be pleading on behalf of the complainants, and then respectively the answering team on behalf of the respondents following that. The first 4 rounds that I will mention will be in the morning, and the following 4 rounds will be in the afternoon. For the second day, what we do is that we use this drawing procedure, and we have a table where we input the numbers from the first day and switch it around for the second day to ensure that teams plead against other teams than they did on the first day. So, does anyone have any questions before we proceed to the drawing itself? If you do, feel free to contact us afterwards. We will send out the final schedule with the drawing later this evening. So, To start off, session number 1, and pleading on behalf of the complainants on the matter will be, to specify as well, since I mentioned there's one team that will be pleading twice, the first team that I draw will be the team that will be pleading both rounds tomorrow. I'm sorry for whoever get this. Don't hate me. This is why I have an assistant. So, first in the morning, pleading on behalf of the complainants, and therefore in the afternoon, pleading on behalf of the respondents will be Team 99.
Congratulations to the team, definitely.
Then, pleading on behalf of respondents against Team 99 in the morning will be Team 79. Then for the second round, pleading on behalf of the complainants, Team 91. Pleading against Team 91 on behalf of the respondents, Team 14. Round 3, pleading on behalf of the complainants, Team 69. Pleading against Team 69 on behalf of the respondents, Team 47. Fourth round, so we're still in the morning sessions for this, but this is the final morning session. Pleading on behalf of the complainants, Team 94. Finally, for the morning sessions, pleading on behalf of the respondents, Team 100. We're now moving into the afternoon sessions. So pleading on behalf of the complainants in round 5 will be Team 62. Pleading on behalf of the respondents against Team 62 will be Team 77. Following that, we have pleading on behalf of the complainants, Team 18. Pleading against Team 18 on behalf of the respondents, Team 72. We're almost done. Pleading on behalf of the complainants in the afternoon as well is Team 34. I was doing the math to see if we had the correct amount left. We do. So pleading on behalf of the respondents against Team 34 will be Team 92. And then again, as mentioned, Team 99 will do the final session here on behalf of the respondents. So pleading against Team 99 as complainant in the afternoon will be Team 2. To ensure, raise your hand if we have not called your team name, team number. And then you should be fine. As mentioned, we will do kind of a flip around. So for the teams who plead in the morning tomorrow, they will plead in the afternoon on the second day. And we will do a switch so you don't plead against the same team on both days. That will be it for the drawing. Best of luck to the teams. And I think that is it for me. Thank you.
Lina, thank you very much for that. Now we know the draw, and so we'll see what happens tomorrow. All too soon, or it's not all too soon. It hasn't been all too soon. I think it's been all too soon. We have to bring the official launch of today's event to an end. We are indeed grateful to the organizers, I mean the ELSA WTO, to our panelists who have been sitting through this official launch, the students, the participants, the supporting staff of the UPSA Law School, the members of the UPSA Law School faculty. We are indeed grateful that you were able to sit through to make this possible. We are exceedingly grateful that we have been able to pull the first day through. It's taken a lot of effort to put this together, and we are grateful it's turned out the way we want to see it. We are indeed grateful once again. And so I think that will be it for today's event.